Well, good morning, lovely people of YouTube. It's a lovely day down here, a bit chilly. Quite a big week coming up, really. We've got all sorts of interest rate announcements coming up, starting tomorrow with the Federal Reserve, FOMC, expected to hike by 25 basis points, and then the statement and the Q&A afterwards, which may or may not be hawkish or dovish. We don't know. The following day, on Thursday, we've got the ECB with the same sort of thing, also expected 0.25%. 25 basis points, and they all, I don't know, they might be a little less hawkish than before, so that'll be interesting. And then on Friday we've got the Bank of Japan with their interest rate hike announcement, which will be a non-hike, of course, expected to keep their interest rate below zero, but they're also going to present their quarterly report after that, and they may or may not be slightly hawkish. And they may discuss or talk about, or even, I think it's a long shot, but they may even announce an adjustment to their yield curve, which will certainly put strength and a bit of a rocket into the Japanese yen and put some pressure on the US dollar. So we've got all of that coming up. We've seen production, manufacturing across the board being absolutely appalling throughout Europe and recently through the UK and through the US. So manufacturing's on the decline. The dollar's recovering somewhat, but all of these interest rate announcements and hikes and press conferences and so on could very well put pressure on the dollar. My medium-term projection for the dollar is down, which means we should see the euro moving up to 1.16 and the pound moving up to 1.33, and we're right at support now, so we're long on both of those. And then of course we're short across the board on the yen pairs. Nothing's changed until tomorrow when we see these announcements coming out. So we're going to have to wait to see what happens with those. But we're long on gold, that's looking pretty good. Long on uranium, that's looking pretty good. And a couple of other things that we're in. WTI, we missed out on this last rally, unfortunately. We got about half of the rally from the bottom and then bailed out. That's gone up pretty sharply. So we've missed out on some of that, but that's okay. And I'm trying to think what else we're in. So it's very small long positions so far on the euro and the pound, and decent positions on the yen pairs, short. Have a look at my last video on those, that's pretty interesting. The technical levels and potential for the Bank of Japan to change their policy, and just previous levels that we've reached on those currencies. And I think the overall strength from the dollar is going to flow out of the dollar and not so much into the European currencies like the euro and the pound and Swiss franc, but probably more into the yen, and we should see yen strengthen across the board. Of course, when the yen strengthens against the dollar, it always strengthens against the other pairs too, so they sort of go hand in hand. We're short on Bitcoin, that's going pretty well too. So we're positioned well across the board, but we haven't taken any profits on any of the trades because we've edged into some of them and averaged into some of them. And and stocks, I need to talk about stocks, of course. Now we've got these stocks, stock market indices, and several tech stock names, all at important resistance levels. And we're short on NASDAQ, S&P, and we're also short on a couple of tech names as well, like Nvidia, Apple, looking to get into Microsoft, AMD, and perhaps Tesla. I'm not too sure about Tesla. So that's the way it is at the moment. We're positioned like that, and so far so good. And I'm just taking a bit of a break down at this beautiful seaside location, literally across the road from me. And if you look behind me, just over the road, over those dunes, is the flat in which I now live. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, why not do that now, so that you don't miss any of the updates that I put out. And also, please, if you enjoyed this video, give the video a thumbs up. And I know everyone says it on every single channel, but it really does help the channel because it tells the YouTube algorithms that people like watching this video and that they should watch more future videos, and it helps the channel grow. And if the channel grows, it motivates me to make more videos and covers some of the actually not inconsequential costs of hosting and filming and editing software and all the sorts of things that go into doing this. I'm not a YouTuber, this is not my business, not my full-time business. Even though my adult children like to they're in their 30s, like to tell their friends and people that they know that their father is a YouTuber at the ripe old age of, 57 now. So it's a little bit weird. Most YouTubers are in their 20s and 30s, and so I suppose I could call myself a YouTuber, but I think I'm a little bit too old for it. and it's really not the main focus of what I do. But your subscribes and your likes do really help the channel. Well, have a fantastic trading day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Good luck with your trades.